Well, my friends, it is that time.
My friend says it's time to go. It's time to go.
Family reunion time. Holy crapola. So not only is it just gonna be complete chaos with nieces and nephews and in-laws and trying to keep everyone entertained and who's sleeping where and all of those things, it is indeed all about the food. I am going to be providing a breakfast for 35 people. Let us descend into chaos together. And because I'm doing a breakfast, it like, I don't wanna get up at 6 in the morning and just like cook for hours. So I thought very carefully, how in the world can I feed 35 people quickly so it's like warm, something that everybody likes? Some people want high protein and savory. Some people want pancakes and cinnamon rolls. You can't please everyone. Here's the game plan. My main dish is going to be biscuits and gravy. I believe I can make the sausage gravy here at the house, and then we're gonna put it in a crock pot to keep warm the morning of. And I also found online, Reddit can be very helpful for stuff like this. Like, how do I feed 50 people breakfast? It said you could put already cooked like bacon and sausage links also in a crock pot to keep warm. So I have my oven on convention, cookie sheets with parchment ready to go. We are just going to cook all of the bacon, put it in some Ziplocs, and then morning of for my breakfast in the crock pot on warm, just so it stays warm, okay? So those are two of the components. Let's get the bacon in the oven, crack-a-lacking, and then I'll tell you what else I'm doing. The good news about running out of parchment paper. Oh, do you want that? Do you want that? Get it. Well, that's not very excited. You're not a very fun-loving dog, are you? You have no sense of fun and adventure.
She usually loves garbage.
She usually loves garbage. Oh, there we go. Very slowly wants to go outside. Okay. All right. Once the bacon comes out of the oven, so I have this side is like cooked to my husband's specifications, and then this side is mine because I like it a little more crispy. He likes his a little more chewy. We have something for everybody. So I just have some paper towels on plates over here. So I'll just pull these off real quick. Make sure we'll drip all that extra bacon fat off. And then those will drain so they won't be super greasy. And I know these totally look like not done, but trust me, once they sit in the crock pot for like an hour or so, keeping warm, they will continue to cook up a little bit. Okay, here's the most important part. Are you ready? You need a jar or a bacon fat holder, and please save your bacon fat. So this one's obviously full. I keep these in the fridge. You know, you want a nice delicious fat to cook your chicken in or something like that. This will go a very long way. I heard some people throw away their bacon fat. What are you doing? This stuff is liquid gold. Did you know that they sell this separately now? It's wild. And then because we use parchment paper, look at that cleanup. Look how easy that is. So I want every last drop of bacon fat saved for when I would like to sear some chicken, sear some steak, or make a really delicious roux for my family's favorite meal, gumbo. This one is getting quite full. Like we're almost at the top on this one. So I have almost 2 full containers of bacon fat. For the biscuits and gravy, I'm gonna use these Jimmy Dean sausages. Yes, I'm quadrupling a standard recipe. I do have some younger kids, kids under the age of 10, probably about 6 kids under the age of 10, and then I have a ton of adults and like older teens and mid-teens. So I wanted to make sure I had plenty of this. So I'm making the sausage gravy from scratch. It's so easy. I think you'll be shocked at how easy it is, but I will only do 2 pounds at a time because it does end up being quite a lot. So I'll just do this entire batch, clean everything, and then come back and just recopy what I'm showing you this time again. So here we go. 2 pounds of sausage are in this batch, 1 maple and 1 spicy. And I love to buy these on sale and stick them in the freezer so it can make situations like this really easy and convenient. And unfortunately, my meat masher is in the dishwasher.
You are making a grave mistake.
So I'm left with a lonely, bendy spatula, which is not doing me any favors right here. If you want to add onion at this point, you totally can. I'm not going to because I do have a lot of younger children who have some pickier taste, which is fine. And the point of my breakfast is, first of all, biscuits and gravy are delicious. Number 2, I'm from Texas. This is kind of a staple where I grew up. It's easy to feed a crowd. because I can pre-make most of it in advance, and I'm having some sides. I've got bacon as a side. I'm gonna have an absolute ton of cut up fruit. And if someone doesn't want biscuits and gravy, they can just have the biscuit. So you can kind of like mix and match. There's gonna be a ton of options. The main point is I don't want to run out of food. That's the main point. Okay, this is gonna brown up. I'll check you back here when that's done. Okay, I opened the dishwasher and got my meat masher and rinsed it all off, and then like resumed the dishwasher cycle. So I found I want a smaller crumble of the sausage, and I can get that with this, and I can't with the regular spatula. But while I'm waiting for this to finish up, I went ahead and got 2/3 of a cup of flour, plain old all AP flour. So it would be 1/3 of a cup if you were just doing 1 pound. And then I have some whole milk that I am going to put in as well. You will also need a whisk. Okay, now that we have totally cooked, nice and browned 2 pounds of sausage, let's go with our flour, 2/3 of a cup of flour. And a spatula is fine at this point. I just wanna cook the flour in the grease that the sausage made for a couple of minutes so it just doesn't taste like raw flour. Oh my gosh, I need to clean my stove, good grief. Good gravy. It's time for some whiskey business. So I have 3.5 cups of milk right here. This is only half the amount of milk I need for this amount of sausage. I'm just gonna do it in batches. So I want the whisk to make sure I don't get any lumps.
1 lump or 2?
No lumps.
I have this on medium heat, and we're gonna heat the milk slowly until it thickens up. I do have another 3.5 cups of milk coming into this batch. Now, as I looked for seasoned salt, I couldn't find any. So we are just going to put in seasonings that are in seasoning salt. So if you don't have seasoned salt, here's what you do. If you've got onion powder and garlic powder, paprika and pepper and salt, you're golden. Remember, the sausage is highly flavored. So 1/4 teaspoon of the garlic powder, same with the onion powder, same with the paprika, maybe almost a half, but not quite. And I'm holding off on the salt and pepper because I want to taste it after all of my milk is in here. Okay, this is just starting to thicken up, so the rest of my milk is coming in now. And because I started it with the whisk, I switched over to the spatula, which I think is gonna work very nicely. So medium-ish, high-ish heat at this point, trying to bring it up to simmer, almost a boil, but not quite, to really thicken this up. And then we will taste for salt and pepper. Also, something to keep in mind is if you're cooking ahead like this and you want to pull it out later, it will thicken as it cools. So you do have a potential of needing to add extra milk later. So account for that when seasoning. Yeah, we definitely need some salt. So did you know that if you do this, it comes out faster? Did you know that? Same on the pepper.
No way. Way.
I'm gonna go pretty heavy on the salt. This is a ton of milk here. And I do actually get a fresh spoon every time I taste. I guess one way around that, if you don't wanna get a fresh spoon, is you can scoop it up with your serving guy and drip it in like that. That way you're not dipping it into the container. Remember, I'm serving a ton of people here, so we wanna keep our cross-contamination to a minimum. Oh yeah, that's it. I'm gonna turn my heat off, let this cool a little bit, and find a container I can store this in, and then I'm going to repeat this process, so this will be double the amount. Now, talking about family reunions, spending time with those that you love, it really makes me think about protecting the ones who depend on you. I'm super excited to thank Fabric by Gerber Life for sponsoring today's video, because if you have anyone relying on your income, children, a spouse, you need term life insurance. It's something I've personally had for the last 16 years, and hopefully I'll never need it. If heaven forbid something did happen, my spouse and my children would definitely be taken care of. So I really love term life insurance because the rates are so low. Depending on your circumstance, you could get up to like $1 million in coverage for less than $1 a day. Fabric by Gerber Life is life insurance that you could get done right here, right now, today, like in the next 10 minutes. You could be covered from the comfort of your couch, no health exam required. It's all online, so you can apply whenever it's convenient for you. Especially if you have kids, you're gonna wanna lock in those low rates. They get more expensive as you get older. They have a full 30-day money-back guarantee, plus you could cancel anytime. In fact, that's what we do. We got a 20-year term in 2009, and then in 2019, 10 years into it, we got a new one because the rates had actually dropped, canceled the previous one, and then got another 20 years. So the 20-year we have right now is good until 2039, but probably next year we'll check out Fabric one more time, lock in a new 20-year, cancel the old one. And they have more than just life insurance. They have digital wills, investment accounts to invest in your kids' future, and you can manage it all from your phone so your family is prepared for anything. Join the thousands of parents who trust Fabric to help protect their family. All you have to do is go to meetfabric.com/frugalfitmom. It is the first link in the doobly-doo below. It's meetfabric, M-E-E-T, fabric.com/frugalfitmom. First link in the bloop. Thanks to Fabric for sponsoring. Let's get back to more family reunion prep. Let's talk about the reunion. So this is a family reunion on Dave's side of the family. So it's his parents that put the thing together. Dave is the oldest of 5 children. So there's a lot of people. So there are 12 grown-ups, like think 35 and older, who are married with kids of their own. And everybody else is a kid. Even though some of the kids are like 20 and 18, they're all like the children.
Yeah.
One family will be in charge of a dinner, one family will be in charge of a lunch, and that sort of thing. So we are in charge of like brunch. And when I was thinking about like breakfast casseroles, you know, savory ones, hash brown casseroles, even breakfast burritos, like the amount of time it takes to make that many eggs to feed 35 people, or we only have one oven, so like I don't even think I can get enough casserole dishes in there to feed that amount of people. My family of 6 would eat an entire 9x13 casserole dish of a breakfast casserole. I was trying to think outside the box a little bit for my biscuits and gravy, bacon, and like fruit. Speaking of which, we need to go to the grocery store today and get all of the fruit. I waited until the last possible second, so it was like fresh and ready to go, and I'll actually cut it up when we're there. Everything else is going to be like community food, or if your family eats a lot, like mine, I'm bringing extra food because some of the families have very young children, like a 2-year-old, a 5-year-old. Like, I don't think they comprehend what 3 teenage boys can put down in the quantity of food. Also, I don't know that that's fair to be like, my kids are so hungry, you know, you didn't make enough. So I want to make sure I have enough for my own. Like, they can eat the meal, whatever is provided, and then I'll have supplemental food.
Boy, teenagers.
Which is why I'm making extra snacks, which is why I'm bringing a ton of community food. To me, one of the best things about paying off my house and keeping my expenses low on a regular basis is when we do a huge get together like this. I am so grateful to be able to be in a position that I can be the person who brings a ton of community snacks and drinks and share with everybody. It is one of my favorite things to do. So with that in mind, how about we check out all the snacks I'm bringing? Okay, let's do it right now. Hey friends, we are at Sam's Club. Thought I'd show you what I have in the cart so far and the selections I'm trying to pick out to make me the favorite aunt of the group. I am not above bribing children with candy. I said before in the video that I wanted to bring a lot of community food just for everybody. We're talking 23 children over 5 days. That's a whole lot of snacking. And since we don't do things like this very often, it's just fun. It's just fun to go a little overboard. Let me show you what I have so far. So this for the tacos, the coleslaw. This is for my own personal lunches because my jaw is still locked. I don't know if you knew that. My jaw's locked on this side. I can't open all of the way. So forks, that's really helpful. I got a couple of the fruit items for my brunch. So a pineapple, a cantaloupe, not very many of them like cantaloupe. Blueberries, the strawberries did not look good here, so we will check Costco in a second. Some cuties, thought that would be fun. Deli meat for some lunches, just in case whoever's doing lunches runs out. I have community string cheese, community peanut butter crackers, and then I love these cookies that Sam's Club does, these like chocolate chip cookie thins. And then this one's addictive. I don't know what kind of crack they put in this cookie, but if you can find these, please go get them. There's not very many in here, and they're about $4 a bag, so I got 2 bags of each flavor. Stuff for my house, I just got trash bags and toilet paper, which I haven't had to buy in a minute. So I see something right here that I want. A tub of red vines. We're gonna add that to we're going to add this to the cart. Oh, I forgot to show you something. And then another breakfast option for my brunch. I got 3 cases of these Lala smoothies. Have I mentioned that my brother-in-law is a dentist? He may not like all these goodies. We'll report back later on if he says something about all of the candy. Why does everything gotta be dark chocolate? I love a good milk chocolate. That's what I love. Where are those? I know they had fruit snacks at some point. Where are the fruit snacks? Found them. Yes. I think we are good to go. And the best thing about Sam's Club, yeah, you guessed it, scan and go. I don't have to wait in a line. Well, I just finished at Costco, and honestly, the only things I got here are strawberries. I got 6 pounds of strawberries and a watermelon and some bug spray.
Oh, it's a bug! It's a bug!
I thought I would make some coconut date truffle bites. So here in my food processor, I have 2/3 of a cup of salted cashews. Cashews might be my favorite nut. I really like cashews. To which I'm going to add 30 dates. Pitted dates, just like this, like that. But I do like to check, just in case one got away. So those all go into the food processor, and you're gonna blend them until they turn into like mush kind of, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients. Now that it's all crumbly, 1/2 cup of coconut, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. I have this cacao powder, I guess that's close to the same, right? And 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. Mine's always solid where I live because it's always cold. So I have to melt it in the microwave to get it to do this. And now I'm going to mix again until it just all comes together in one blob, essentially. All right, the finished product looks a lot like that. So it's a little crumbly. These do have to stay refrigerated. At this point, you can ball them up, refrigerate them, and then dip them into melted chocolate. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do the chocolate part yet. I may just leave them like this, but I have these meal storage containers and my scooper guy, and it's not super pretty. So my son over in the wings over here is going to actually roll these with his hands like this, and we'll store them in the fridge. We're gonna work on this, and I'll see you back to make peanut butter balls. Peanut butter. Next up, peanut butter balls. I have been using this exact recipe for like 20 years. It's so good. I've never found a reason to try a different one. So I'm starting with 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter, and to which I will add 1 tisp of vanilla. This is vanilla paste, and I don't measure vanilla. If you're new around here, you know, just let your heart be your guide on that one. If it looks good, it's good. If you feel like you need more, then you might need more. And 1/2 cup of honey, the good stuff. Oh yeah, so you will mix these 3 ingredients together until they come together. And if you need to nuke it in the microwave for, I don't know, 20 seconds, whatever, feel free to do that as well. Honestly, if you just stop there and put it on a sandwich, life is gonna be good. There's very few things I love as much as peanut butter. Peanut butter. In fact, I can't think of any right now. All mixed up together looks something like this. Then I'm adding 3/4 of a cup of quick oats and 3/4 of a cup of dried milk. You can use protein powder here. However, I have tried it and I don't love the texture of it with protein powder. I prefer the texture of it with the dried milk powder. You can get it at any grocery store, Walmart. You can get it in bulk at like a Sam's Club or something. I can usually find it in the baking aisle. It's shelf stable, lasts a long time. You know, if you need like a quick milk for baking and you don't want to use like milk, it comes in really handy. So now you're just going to manhandle it until it's all combined. And then at this point, you can add raisins if you want. You can add like little chocolate chips if you want. So I was out of chocolate chips. And I went to the store because I was gonna make cookies for an event, just chocolate chip cookies. Do you know how much the chocolate chips cost? The store brand of chocolate chips were $4.50. The Nestle Toulouse was $5 and the Ghirardelli was $6.75. At that rate, Christine is never making chocolate chip cookies ever again. Unreal. I can buy already made chocolate chip cookies for cheaper than it would be to make my own by a significant amount. Now I'm not saying they would be as good as homemade, they wouldn't be, but at that price, oh my gosh. Okay, this looks pretty good. So I got kind of like a ball going on here. I'm gonna see if I have like cocoa nibs or coconut flakes maybe I can throw in here, make it a little more interesting and fun. And then we do the same thing with this as we did with the coconut truffle bites. You just get them into balls, and I like to store these in the fridge, and then you could just like grab and go when you're out and about and that kind of thing. My daughter is meeting us there, so I'm very excited about that. So I just need like some little snacky things, and then actually stick around. I'm gonna show you the grocery haul for the rest of the weekend. It's nuts. Oh my gosh, right? This is my haul of just snacks for everybody. It is at a lake, so we'll have a couple of beach days with paddle boards and stuff. And I really love like the Gatorades at the beach in the little cooler. I think those are great. So I did get 2 boxes of the Sun Chips. These were on sale at Costco, which was awesome. I did get the 44 count of the Kirkland microwave popcorn. There's a ton of kids. At the end of the day, we'll probably have movie night or whatever. 24 case of the Gatorade Frost. A whole bunch of chips here, like these kettle chips. These were on sale at my local Kroger store. So I got a couple of varieties: jalapeno, ranch, barbecue, a bunch of soda. This is not something you see me buy very often, but we also don't do family reunions very often. Everything I got was diet. I just feel like it's one of the easiest switches to save some extra sugar. So root beer, this sun-kissed orange. Have you seen this endless summer 7-Up? It's watermelon and strawberry. We'll report back later. And then of course, Dr. Pepper creamy coconut, which I love. You probably can't see it because it's behind this down here. Listen, I'm from Texas. Dr. Pepper is a religion.
That flag is mine. Don't mess with Texas. Shock and awe, losers. Shock and awe.
I also got, I just thought these Otter Pop things would be super fun. These were on sale at Costco. I don't know, organic, simple ingredients. Does that mean popsicles are better for you? Who's to say? Also bringing a couple of boxes of Element for those that are going to be working out, namely myself. My sister-in-law is a big runner, so she'll probably do a big long run. Dave and I are planning on doing 2 50-mile bike rides while we're there. And then these are awesome to throw in a backpack or something like that when you're out and about and you're like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be 2 hours before we get back to the house. We need food now. This hopefully will help with that. So this is my non-homemade, non-from scratch community food that I'm bringing to share with everybody. So hopefully they all like it and it's fun. And I should go put these to the growing pile of things to pack. Hopefully we can fit the luggage. It's filling up quickly. I think the last food that I need to prep before we actually leave and go is dinner for Friday night. This is gonna be the evening that everybody comes in. We can check into the house at 4 o'clock. Dave's parents rented this big Airbnb that can sleep like 40 people, which was amazing of them. So everyone's on their own for dinner Friday night as we all come in. So I'm gonna prep the dinner here and then just kind of reheat it when we get there. Here's what we're doing. Carne Asada tacos. I have 3 of these packets, which I know feels like a lot, but it will be fine. I have a ton of these tortillas, so I just grabbed those. And I pulled out of the freezer, I've had these ranch steaks, which is not a great cut of meat. So I have about 3 pounds of this ranch steak. I'm gonna slice it up right now. It's done in a pot, with a seasoning packet, a little bit of water, simmer it for a second, and that's pretty much it. And a bag of coleslaw with a nice sauce, and we'll do these carne asada tacos with a spicy, creamy coleslaw on top. And I'll be bringing cinnamon rolls for dessert. But right now, I'm just going to cut up all this ranch steak and throw this in a pan, and dinner for tomorrow is pretty much done.